So I began to cook and sell food
In America.
to taxi drivers. So I began to cry. I said, God, why are you doing this to me? You lifted me up. Why am I on the floor? He says, so that you'll be entire, wanting nothing. Then my mother was here for a year and a half. Me and my mother were close. I didn't see him for a year and a half. If you see me, Joy, I was darker than this. It was a very big challenge. So I thought I was going to die during that period. And here I had 4 kids going to school who were not born in America. So I was like, they are everything. I would drive them to school and make sure there's food. I could only talk to Daddy on the phone. So it was a very difficult time for me. Then that time passed because God now gave us green card. So and later we became American citizens. So right now, all family were American citizens. It was a very big challenge for me. Yes.
Right, and God pulled you through.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. So that was to talk about one being patient and persevering in what you
Hearing
want.
from God.
Okay.
Hearing from God, because if I didn't hear from God, I would have gone crazy. And I asked God, say, what is going on now? Why am I like this? Say, so that you will be entire, wanting nothing, meaning so that nothing on earth will be attached to it. You know that up to now, people think that if they go to America, everything will be fine. I just spoke to a young pastor. He said he feels he should be abroad. I said, if you don't solve your problems here, if you don't solve your spiritual problems here, if you go to America, it will be worse. Because you'll be a slave there and nobody to help you. At least, no matter what happens, we are friends now. If I call you and say, Joy, I need salt, I know you make some effort to get me salt. It's not like that in America. You don't talk to anybody, nobody helps you. Because they are suffering to get the money. Before somebody gives you $20 in America, then they really, really love you.
That's nice. Good to know all of that.
Yeah.
And now, well, the challenges you passed through, we give God the glory. We've been able to. Today, this is who you are. You know, some of our women don't believe that maybe you have to go through any stress and go to struggle to become something.
Because of the kind of nature God gave to me.
Yeah. So what will you tell women out there that just feel it's always all about the roses? I should have someone I wake up in the morning and say, make a cup of tea on my bed. Especially in our country, Nigeria, the economy we are today. These have made some women not to want to do, they want the easy way out now. And that's why we see some of our younger ladies, younger girls do some things that they won't be proud about it. They don't want to talk about it, they don't want to do it, and they're not proud about it as a matter of fact, but they do it anyway because they want to survive.
I know.
So what would be your advice to such people? Having gone through this, you persevered, you prayed, and you came out of it.
There are 2 sets of people I want to talk to now. Some that are older. Reset. You can always start afresh and do it right. What do I mean? As you see me sitting with you now, I can go back to school at 65. Because in America, you can go back to school at any age. I know some ladies in our church who went back and studied accountancy. I know a lady who, she has had all her children, she had grown. She went back and studied nursing. Today she's a nurse. So you can have a financial base. It's very important. Because finance is joy. There are 2 things that bother women. Money and love.
Say that again.
Money and love. So if you have your own money, it will go a long way. You eat what you want to eat. You keep your dignity as a woman. There's something about our body. There's something about the dignity of a woman. If you use your body to get a man to bless you with money or give you money, you will regret it later. You may be enjoying that money. You may be, I don't want to use the word eating. You may be spending that money, but within you, you know you are not happy because you know the way you're getting that money. So find a way to make your own money. It doesn't have to be going back to school. You can start a trade. Buying and selling, you can make your own money. So number 2 is love. we need love. That's the way we are wired. We're wired for relationships. But for you sometimes to really have that love, you need to cool down. I don't know how else to say it. You need to cool down. I think every natural human being is stubborn, and we pretty ones are more stubborn. Joy knows what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So we pretty ones, we can be stubborn, but for you to have a steady love of a man, you need to cool down. Holy Spirit told me you're proud towards your husband. He told me this in 2008. So I told my husband, I said, I'm happy it's God. I think I didn't do it. Many beautiful women are, every woman is beautiful, by the way. Every woman, as far as I'm concerned, every woman is beautiful. You either have fine hair, or you have a fine face, or you have a fine shape, or you have fine leg. There must be something about you or your color that a man will love. So now, you need love from a man. Then cool down and receive that love. So, because sometimes we are so stubborn and we are picky. We are so picky. The man puts a pen here. He said, why did you put this pen here? So we drive the men away. And then we'll come and cry that we need love. So for you to enjoy, let me tell you, John, in every relationship, somebody has to be a fool. And I recommend the woman. You know why I recommend the women? What we can endure, men cannot endure. You see this infidelity or adultery that is, it's like the in thing now. It's like if you don't commit adultery, you're no more a human being. We can forgive our men. Men can't. If a man is sure, not that it's a story, that another man slept with the wife, he kills men. It's over. They can't handle it. I've been asking them why. They can't handle it. So a little lady that's listening to me, you want the love of a man, cool down and enjoy the love and forgive. And if you're a married woman and men are chasing after you while you're in your husband's house, if you leave your husband's house, they will not chase you again. That's the truth. Men like ready-made women where they can enjoy but make no contribution. So if you're a married woman listening to me, don't be deceived. All those men chasing you, the moment you leave your husband, they will not chase you again. So let's keep ourselves. Be somebody. I do not advocate to marry a lazy man or have a lazy man as your boyfriend. I do not advocate it. But if you make money as a wife, why don't the family enjoy it? Why don't the family enjoy it? There was something I saw, so a lot of news now, I saw that a man, a bride bought her husband a car gift during their wedding. After the wedding. It touched me because it's a very rare thing.
Not common.
It's not common. So if we are thinking, if a woman is thinking of, let me have my own money, let me bless the man that will come into my life, I think the reaction of men will be different.
Okay. Yes, it's the woman in you, and we are still talking with Bishop Debbie Noel here, and she's told us a lot about herself. And we want to talk about domestic violence. Let's come to look at the family as it is now. Yeah. Domestic violence. A lot of our women are battered, beaten. A lot of things happen, but we have some. Because telling you, I don't want my marriage to be broken or something like that, they kind of don't want to talk. Even when you see it operating all over, maybe I fell, I slipped, I hit my head, I do this. So what do you advise such women that go through search and still they keep quiet?
There are two parts to this. First, in the beginning, before you make a choice, there was something I said about being close to God. Most of the time, when you meet somebody, the spirit in you will tell you. God does talk to us. God does tell us. We see these things, then we go into it.
We say He will change.
Yes. No. So, what you see in the beginning, you take note of it. And there are things you can tolerate. There are things I call deal breakers that I cannot tolerate in a man. or in a vice versa. So when you see deal breakers, don't go in. If you see violence, because the violence doesn't just start, don't go in. There are things you can handle. Personally, I knew I cannot marry a man that's not intelligent. So that was one of the things. So some people are concerned about height and color. Some people are even concerned about the man's the amount of money the man has in the bank. So there are things you knowing that you're not going to marry a perfect man, but there are things you know you yourself cannot handle. Do you know that some women love to be beaten? Do you know some women love to be beaten? A man went to propose to a girl, show interest. The girl said, "Will you be beating me?" So the man ran away. Said, he cannot. So it looks strange, but some women seem to like to be beaten. So another thing, like I'm saying, looking at Mama, somebody has to be a fool. Yeah. What escalates in marriage is, do you know that God told Josiah to go and marry a harlot? There are people you marry, they have this habit, they form this habit. This is who they are. You either stay married with that habit or you quit. Don't let it get to the extent of beating you or killing you and your children. So if you're already inside, there was a woman that discovered that her husband is a thief. True story. Police it was real armed robber thief. So police was pursuing and he ran into the compound, ran into the house. The wife opened the door. So when police came, they said nobody came in here. That was the day she knew she was married to an armed robber. And she did what? So if you know, some people are married to lazy men. Not that the man is not intelligent, he's just lazy. You've married him. My mother said to my sister, I stayed with your father, not because he's the best man on earth, so that you will have a father. So it is difficult for us when we love a man to remove our eye from some things. You remove your mind, you detach, because it's the worry. He's smoking. I don't want him to smoke. You worry yourself sick because you don't want him to smoke. The only person that can stop him is the Holy Spirit.